Hey there, this is Jexy with the Systems Alliance, and in this video I want to go over how Activision's upcoming game Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is absolutely screwing over players and coming up with even more anti-consumer practices that will basically hurt your ability to play with friends. So as I mentioned in a previous video, I couldn't believe that I was actually considering a Battlefield 5, an EA game, over an Activision game because the EA game was actually more friendly to consumers than generally what Activision would probably offer. But Activision has gone off the deep end with their newest release in their post. So as many games release with multiple editions, they'll have a standard edition, then they'll have a deluxe edition, maybe a collector's edition or whatever, and Black Ops 4 is no exception to that. Normally it's not a huge deal. In this case, there's the standard edition, digital deluxe enhanced, and the pro edition that they're going to be releasing. In the case of the digital deluxe edition, what it's offering is the full game download, the Black Ops Pass, the in-game currency, Call of Duty points, and some other features, additional bonus content. So what is that bonus content? Well, in the Black Ops Pass, it contains Classified, a bonus zombies experience available at launch. So right away I have a problem with this, and I mentioned this when I talked about the release of Mass Effect 3 and all day one DLC. If it's day one, it should be included in the game, not DLC. DLCs generally come a year later to support the game, not day one. If you're doing it day one, you're just ripping people off. Not only that, it's going to come with 4 additional all-new zombies experiences, 12 multiplayer maps, 4 exclusive Blackout characters. So the characters thing, I don't really care about. The maps, assuming that you can purchase them at a later date, wouldn't be such a big deal unless they all came up front, in which case already your friends who didn't pay as much money as you or don't have the money that you have, or vice versa, you don't have the money, then all of a sudden you're not able to play with your friends. So that's getting into the problem, but it gets even worse from there. And just for comparison's sake, I want to compare this to Gears of War 4. So Gears of War, like many games, they'll have a season pass or whatever, and for a discounted rate, you can purchase it at the beginning, and when everything new rolls out, you'll not only automatically get it and automatically download it, but it will be cheaper than if you purchase them one at a time. Kind of like if you go to Costco, things are cheaper in bulk than they are if you just buy them one at a time. But at any point in Gears 4, you could go on and purchase the whole season pass or whatever and just get everything just like everyone else. That's always an option. It can always be purchased separately, so the consumer has a choice. In this case though, the only way to get the season pass is to buy this deluxe edition. So you don't have a choice to try the game out, paying the normal $60 for the game, and then upgrading to the premium pass and then just being like all of your other friends. That's not an option. You either get it at launch or you don't get it at all. Because if you spend $60 on the game, you're probably not going to spend $100 on the game again just to get the premium pass. So they're obviously trying to strong arm you into paying $40 more just so you could get this. And if you go into their Q&A section, there is a question there that basically asks, can I buy Black Ops Pass as a standalone product? And it says, in the future you will. But if you look at what they've done with other games, it's taken them like 7 months to even allow that. So in other words, you're not going to be able to play with your friends on all of the same maps that they can. You're not going to be able to do the same missions that they can. It just seems like a really anti-consumer practice and a way to alienate people, your friends, all in the name of making more money off those who can actually afford it. Or maybe they can't even afford it, but they know they'll be ostracized if they don't have it, if all of their other friends do. And there is no option to upgrade at a later date. So they have to shell out the money now. I have no idea why Activision with Black Ops would want to do this to its fans, especially in an environment where EA with its competing games like Battlefield 5 are doing the complete opposite and making it easier for everyone to play with each other. There's no premium pass at all, no season pass at all with Battlefield 5, and everyone will get all the maps for free as the game progresses, unlike what Activision is doing here with Black Ops. It makes no sense, in addition to that, for them to to alienate players amongst themselves, alienate their own fan base within each other, and not sell the season pass separately. There's no reason why they can't do it. It would literally be a few clicks of a button where they just allow you to buy it. So once again, an anti-consumer practice that in this day and age is going to be called out, and that's exactly what the Call of Duty fan base is doing. So there's a post out there that says, "To the unaware, there was a rumor going around that Black Ops 4, like every other single multiplayer first-person shooter game coming out, would no longer charge for multiplayer DLC maps, especially hearing from Treyarch that this was apparently supposed to be a game to last for years to come. But of course, Activision, being the greediest publisher out there, couldn't allow that, and as I feared, the rumors were too good to be true. Battlefield 5 has no season pass and no loot boxes, and has a campaign and a co-op mode and a multiplayer, and will have Battle Royale, whereas Black Ops 4 has no campaign, will likely have loot boxes, a $40 season pass." It goes on to say, "Stop segregating your player base and start caring about your customers, Activision. You guys are greedier than EA. Let that sink in. For the first time ever, I will not be buying this game until it changes." And what he says is absolutely true. As I went over in my other Black Ops video, they're already shortchanging players. So they're already having an issue there. Never mind this, which is alienating their fan base. People are going to start switching over to Battlefield 5. This is not just one person's opinion. This is someone who's been upvoted thousands of times and has hundreds of comments, and people are in agreement with him, and many others who are saying the same thing because the entire Black Ops community is outraged by this. And the fact that gamers know that EA has always been the greediest, and now Activision's the greediest. And it still pains me to even realize that Activision is the same company as Blizzard. They're the same company. Blizzard handles masterpieces like StarCraft and World of Warcraft and Diablo, and Activision does crap like this. It's really disappointing to see it, but let me know what you think. Will you be buying Black Ops 4 anymore? Does it even seem like a game you want to have to deal with all this stuff where you may not be able to play with your friends? You won't even get a campaign. The season pass is an extra $40, something that is going to be free with Battlefield 5 and other multiplayer games. So let me know what you think. Will you be switching over to Battlefield? Will you just forego all of this altogether and wait for something new? And what impact do you think it's going to have on Activision? Is this going to be another case where the fans revolt, such as in Star Wars Battlefront 2, such as what's going on right now with Sony blocking people's accounts on Fortnite? Let me know, and we'll see you next time.